You know, Justin Bieber had a post the other day on his Instagram talking about all the drugs that he did when he was younger and how much it fucked him up. And now he's got a relationship with the Lord, and he's got, you know, he's married, and he's trying to be a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's struggling with the fact that he was insanely famous when he was a kid.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're out.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Well, apparently not. Something.
Months ago, I was really struggling mentally and emotionally, and just there were so many things that were adding up, and I wasn't able to enjoy any of the things that I owned.
That stuff's not going to matter to you.
None of the actual things did anything because I was so hurt and I was so confused and I was so sick, and there was all these things, and I was like...
We had seen these videos of Justin Bieber being handed over to him at age 15. Great job. Great job. For his weekend with Diddy camp. I mean, we don't know, but it certainly looks like Justin Bieber is still suffering the fallout from whatever happened to him as he was coming up the ranks of the music world. It really doesn't seem worth it. I mean, I'd love to hear more from his camp about what's real, because it's clear he's suffering. We just don't know from what. And what mother out there would give her 15-year-old boy over to a grown man who's in the rap industry for a weekend with Diddy camp without other adult supervision?
Are going through these lawsuits and Diddy is in prison. We are recognizing that everybody knew this was an open secret about what Diddy was doing. So it just begs the question, who allowed Justin Bieber to be in the presence of this man, knowing what he was up to, allegedly up to? That seems...
It's hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you.
He did an interview back in 2020 with Zane Lowe. I think this was on Apple Music. And he was speaking about another young artist that was coming up, Billie Eilish, and Eilish. And he was basically speaking about how he wanted to protect her because she was now another young person, a rising artist in the industry. And sort of out of nowhere, he became quite overcome with emotion.
The you of then was on a path of self-destruction.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah, it would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure. It was dark. So I'm very, very grateful to have influences in my life that have played a huge part in me seeing their relationship with Jesus and their relationship with their wives and their relationship with their kids and saying that's what I want. But I want to definitely tell my story so that if that resonates to anybody, that they can hopefully... But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters and...
Joe Rogan just unleashed a scathing takedown, and he's not holding back. In his latest podcast episode, Joe played the now viral clip of Justin Bieber finally speaking out about Diddy, and the moment it ended, he leaned back, shook his head, and said, "That right there, that's the most disturbing thing I've ever heard about this industry. There were no jokes, no sarcasm. Joe was dead serious." Justin's confession had already shaken the internet, but Joe Rogan's reaction pushed it even further. He didn't just believe Justin. He broke the situation down piece by piece, calling out names and connecting the dots. By the time the episode wrapped, it was obvious Diddy wasn't just facing scrutiny. His entire empire looked like it was crumbling. Joe started by playing the now infamous quote from Justin, "There were people in this industry who tried to own me. I'm talking about Sean Combs." Joe paused and made it clear this wasn't a figure of speech. "That's not a metaphor," he said. "That's a kid saying he was owned. Control Dan, nobody said a damn thing about it for more than a decade."
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we've become friends in a strange way, you know?
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like, exactly.
I'm Big and you're Robin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
He leaned in toward the mic and said, "Let me tell you something, if Justin Bieber wasn't famous, we'd be hearing about this in a courtroom." But because he is famous, they all looked the other way. Then Joe asked the question that was already on everyone's mind. How many others are there? And he didn't stop there. He pulled up more clips Justin talking about being taken to strange parties, being isolated, having no phone, and feeling like he couldn't leave. Joe's voice grew sharper. "You know what that is? That's grooming. That's manipulation. That's not mentorship. That's entrapment." He was furious. "I've talked to a lot of people over the years," Joe said, "athletes, actors, musicians, and every now and then, one of them says something about Diddy that sounds off. But nobody ever pushed. Now we know why." Then he played the part of the podcast where Justin recalled Diddy calling him late at night, threatening him, warning him to stay silent. Joe's face went cold. "That's a kid getting a death threat," he said. "That's power being abused at the highest level." He called it one of the ugliest open secrets in the entire entertainment industry. Then Joe started naming names. He pulled up an old clip from years ago Diddy on another talk show, bragging about mentoring Bieber. He'd said something like, "I'm going to give him the bad boy experience." Back then, it sounded like a playful joke. But now, Joe said, that line carries a whole new meaning and it's horrifying. He asked the hard questions. Where were the adults? Where were the people around Justin who were supposed to protect him? Joe brought up the pattern. Cassie, Usher, the wild parties, the NDAs, the leaked footage. This isn't one person being accused randomly. He said, "This is a domino effect. People are finally speaking out." He turned to his audience. "If you still think this is just a conspiracy, you're not paying attention." Then something rare happened. Joe got emotional. He said he'd met Justin once, years ago, thought he was quiet, polite, and clearly carrying something heavy. "Now I see why," Joe admitted. "That wasn't just the weight of fame. That was trauma." He pointed to Justin's years of visible struggles, addiction, mental health, battles, cancellations, and said, "We all watched him fall apart, but we never asked why asterisk. What if the answer was always Diddy?" Then he brought up Cassie's court testimony and played the part where she said Diddy threatened to kill her, said he'd cut her up. Joe leaned back into the mic. "It's the same tactics, the same fear, the same manipulation, the only difference," he said. Justin lived to tell it on a mic. When Joe's co-host asked, "Do you think Justin will actually testify?" Joe didn't blink. "I think he has to," he said. "Not just for himself, for everyone still too afraid to speak." Then came the warning shot. "If the feds are serious about this case," Joe said, "they better put Diddy in handcuffs soon. Because the second someone that powerful gets desperate, they'll do anything to make this disappear." Joe called out the rest of the industry, asking, "Where's Usher? Where's everyone else who knew something wasn't right?" Joe didn't just react, he exposed the whole system. "This is why people don't trust Hollywood," he said. "Because for years, the biggest names covered for guys like Diddy, they let him throw those parties, they let him sign kids, they let him walk around like a god. And now we're supposed to act shocked," he scoffed. "They all knew." Joe then brought up a few more familiar names, not accusing them outright, but making it clear they were part of Diddy's circle. "There are people scrubbing their social media right now," he said, deleting photos, unfollowing accounts, acting like they were never involved. Too late. According to Joe, the collapse had already begun. Cassie's testimony was just the beginning, and Justin's confession was the tipping point. "This isn't just a legal case anymore," Joe said. "It's a cultural reckoning. If Justin Bieber can come out and say, 'This man hurt me,' And we still ignore it, then we deserve whatever comes next. He ended the episode with a line that left no room for doubt. Diddy's done, and if the industry doesn't clean house now, they'll all go down with him. And that's the truth. Justin Bieber didn't ask for revenge. He didn't cry for pity, he simply told the truth. And Joe Rogan, he amplified it. Now the world is listening.